Good evening everybody, welcome back to another edition of Spiritual Encounters. Tonight we're in Lytham Witch Woods. This is the woods which is famous for Meg Shelton and witches who performed their magic here 300 or 400 years ago. So Andy has set up tonight to do his own rituals. And we're going to see if we can invoke those witches to come back. So we've set up radio for contact. We've set up some red lights just to set the scene, to try and bring forth these witches. We've already had some messages coming through on our deadcom. So we've had stopped, pick up, appear and sick. It sounds like somebody doesn't approve, probably, of what we're doing. The EMF meters are dotted. Andy's here ready to start a ritual to see if he can invoke these ladies of the forest to come forward. There isn't much of this forest left now, unfortunately, so we're just using the small section that we've got. And I will hand you over to Andy.
Let's start this ritual. Before, if you don't want to hear it, I'll turn it off. And we'll start now. In nomine de nostri Satanas Lucifera Alsorsi. In the name of Satan, the ruler of the earth, the king of the world, I command the forces of darkness to bestow their infernal power upon me. Open wide the gates of hell and come forth from the abyss to greet me as your brother and friend. Give me the indulgences of which I speak. I have taken thy name as part of myself. I live as the beasts of the field, rejoicing in the fleshly life. I favour the just and curse the rotten. By all the gods of the pit, I command that these things of which I shall speak shall come to pass. Come forth and answer to your names by manifesting my desires. O hear the names: Abaddon, Ammon, Astaroth, Asmodeus, Beelzebub, Balaam, Baphomet, Gorgo, Ishtar, Kali, Lilith, Midian, Midgard. With anger of anguish and the wrath of the startled, I pour forth my voices, wrapped in rolling thunder, that you may hear. O great lurkers in the darkness, O guardian of the way, O minimum of the might of Thoth, move and the... Sorry, wrong one. My mistake. Start again. Behold, the mighty voices of my vengeance smash the stillness of the earth, and stand as monoliths of wrath upon a plain of writhing serpents. I am become as a monstrous machine of annihilation to the festering fragments of the body of the people at number 39, who would detain me. It repenteth me not that my summons doth ride upon the blasting winds, which multiply the sting of my bitterness, and great black slimy shapes shall rise from the blackish pits, and vomit forth their pestilence into the people at 39's puny brains. I call upon the messengers of doom to slash with grim delight the victim I have chosen. Silence is that voiceless bird that feeds upon the brain pulp of the people at 39, who have tormented me, and the agony of it is too shall stain itself in the shrieks of pain, only to serve as signals of warning to those who would resent my being. O come forth in the name of Abaddon, and destroy the people at 39, whose name I giveth as a sign. O great brothers of the night, thou who makest my place of comfort, who rideth upon the hot winds of hell, who dwelleth in the devil's fane, move and appear, present yourselves to the people at 39, who sustaineth the rottenness of the mind, that move the gibbering mouth, that mocks the just and strong, rend that gaggling tongue, and close their throat, the people at 39's throats. O carefully pierce the people at 39's lungs with stings of scorpions. O Sekhmet, plunge the people at 39's substance into a dismal void, Almighty Dagon. I thrust aloft the blind of hell, the bind of the bifid harb of hell, and on its tines resplendently impaled my sacrifice through vengeance rest. Shehem for us! Hail Satan!
Whatever you do, don't clip his car or run into the back of him or anything like that, or you'll end up in this woods with the rest of us. I'm calling out to any witches. Meg Shelton, are you here? Could you please come forward? And could you please bring forward your coven of ladies? And then we can see you, we can speak to you. We're from Lancashire, we're not far from Pendle Hill, and we have a close relationship to those witches at Pendle Hill. And tonight would be nice if we could all gather together and feast. It's a lovely big full moon, and it's the perfect night. Andy has done his summoning ritual. He is now the king of the forest.
And now I'm going to close the circle properly.
What did that just say?
Hail to the watchers of the east.
You need to read those messages in a minute. Something's coming through. Oh, there's a really weird fog just going past this torch. There's a really weird mist descending here, Andy. We've passed a bit of mist coming actually, because you drive through all this farmland and there was quite a lot of mist. But it's not the first time we've had this mist when we've done outdoor paranormal. Coming back from the ancient ram, we came through a really sudden mist that just appeared from nowhere, and it was like the middle of May, so we weren't really expecting that then. What were those messages?
Frankly,
Appear.
despised Sam.
Sam? Maybe that's someone's name then. Despised Sam. Was Sam another name for Satan by any chance? Was that not the American nickname for Satan, Sam?
Some people.
Son of Sam.
The son of Sam was.
I know it was a movie, but
Son of. I can't remember what the son of Sam was.
well, it said despised Sam.
Despised.
So who was Sam? Is it person or maybe a reference to something else? And again, this is by no way a black magic ritual. This is a darker way of summoning forth spirit. And Andy used this pagan occult way to summon forth spirit. It's the same thing that the witches would have done back in the 1600s. Elizabeth Southern and the Device family from Pendle Hill.
Oh, it's not Sam, it's Skin.
Skin.
Despised Skin. Dear, sick.
They're not very good words that we're getting through though, are they? They're very negative words, to be fair.
Skin.
Now we're actually on Clifton property. The nearest hall to this place is Lytham Hall. Belongs to the Clifton family, and they purchased this bit of forest to keep it for trees and plant life, animal life. It's all that's left of it now. It would have taken over a fair bit of the Lytham area, but it's where Meg Shelton and her filed witches practiced. Meg Shelton is buried at the Plumpton Church, not too far from here. We've seen the grave, and somebody's rolled a big stone over it to stop her getting out. So God knows what they're going to do to ours. Anyway.
And for people who say about the threefold law, yeah, I understand that, but I work it that when somebody is doing you harm, that threefold law comes back on them. Because, like I say, you're not going to be all peace and calm and comfort when somebody's causing you, well, not causing you stress and disrespect, but when somebody's completely has total disrespect for you, then that is what happens.
Yeah, that's how witches work.
You know,
We send out what we want back, so basically when we do good spells, healing spells, all that kind of thing, we get threefold back the healing.
enough good to be,
but occasionally people cross our path that do piss us off, and then they'll get the negative side of our witchcraft. Unfortunately for them, we do it to help other people. We do it so that other people don't get plagued by certain individuals.
At the end of the day, certain people have disrespected us.
Yeah.
We've tried to deal with it in a nice way, in a calm way, and
this is the result. So if we can...
That is probably why a lot of people will notice there was a lot of anger in me. Directness in it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, let's check our equipment and see if we've picked anything up yet. We've nothing on the radio yet. Meg Shelton, if you're here, please can you come forward? We're doing a ritual in your honour tonight in these woods.
That's gone quiet since I stopped that.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Maybe you were stirring it up by doing that. The earth meters haven't gone off. It's quiet round here. I keep checking the path because there were some walkers up here before. Scared the living daylight out of everything.
I would have normally left the circle open a bit longer.
Yeah.
But if somebody comes
you have to pack up quick, innit?
If we have to pack up quickly.
Well, I'll just say to them, look, we're doing a paranormal, and it's...
I don't want to be leaving it open.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have it not closed down, because I don't want any detrimental effect to anybody.
Oh no, of course not. No, it would scare anybody.
Anybody who doesn't quite know what...
If they came through this woods now, they'd be well scared of this, thinking it was some black magic ritual, which it isn't, because for that kind of stuff, you've got to have 12 people anyway.
I just like to...
Yeah.
Just try different things.
Well, this is it, and sometimes you just need to take things a little darker. Instead of just walking about with an EMF meter asking for ghosts, you know, let's just do a little bit of what they used to do, as in ritual magic, and see if we can entice them to come that way.
That has literally stopped since I stopped doing that.
Maybe do another chant then. Maybe it's summoning up their energies. But this was Meg Shelton's coven, which was probably all female. And you've come in now with your devil outfit, so perhaps they're thinking you're now the new master of the forest or something. And perhaps they're coming around to see who you are and what is their role in all of this.
I could do one of compassion towards...
By the way, everyone, did you notice I've got the camera the right way up this week? For anybody who watched the Skiridin episode, I'll come clean and tell you exactly why I was hanging upside down from the rafters like a vampire bat. I sat down on the couch in Fanny Price's room and put the camera down, and when I picked it up I had the camera upside down. So it wasn't the paranormal, that was parapilic. But it's a new week. It's a new location, Lytham, Witchwoods, just at the back of Lytham Hall. You can walk up here during the day, your dogs, horse riders, anything. But night time, it's used by witches.
Card. What kind of card? Tarot card? I haven't got any cards, so I can't use any cards. Yeah, I mean...
We didn't bring any tarot cards.
We didn't bring any cards.
Well, sometime we need to do the tarot cards.
Yeah.
We've both got tarot cards. Andy's got Egyptian Thoth tarot cards, and I've got sort of traditional ones. I stopped reading tarot cards because they're just full of doom and gloom all the time. And then they make it really hard to understand when they've actually got some good news to tell you. Yeah. It's like, fortune is arriving, but... And then all this flipping negative crap follows, so I thought, you know what, I'm not doing these cards anymore. Ah, let me see what that was then that come through.
I think it said thought.
Thought.
Yeah.
Sport. Well, that don't mean anything. What kind of sport will witches do?
What would it come up?
Sport. Maybe it's one of the Clifton family coming through or something. Didn't know.
Didn't know.
Oh, do you know what this might be relating to?
What didn't you know?
One of the Cliftons fell off a horse in this woods.
What?
Sport didn't know. That sounds pretty much...
Every time I stand in here, it starts again.
Well, one of the Clifton ladies fell off a horse.
As soon as I sit here,
Yeah.
it seems to... It doesn't do it. It didn't do anything when I was...
Well, that Sporting didn't know. One of the Clifton ladies from Lytham Hall was riding through the woods on horseback, and she fell off, and the horse slipped. The river, yeah. I think the horse fell. He died, the horse.
There's a bit of a river.
So the horse must have gone into the river, because there's a grave somewhere for that horse.
What happened at the river?
Could you give us your name, please? Is this one of the Clifton family? We know about your horse accident. We know about the death of your horse. There's a grave somewhere in this woods for that horse. They sound related to that, don't they? Sport, didn't know. And river.
Didn't know forever.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is they have put a grave and a marker here about that horse, so there's something forever here.
So you're forever up and down here?
Yeah, maybe she is. She loved that horse. Yeah. And do you know what she called the horse? The horse was called the Witch. That's, some people say this is why the Witch Woods is called that, because of the horse. But I think that it's called Witch Woods because Meg Shelton and the Filed Witches practised here. But why would they call it the Witch anyway, after Meg Shelton? I don't know what happened to Meg Shelton. Did she get hung, or was it... she was buried in a churchyard, weren't she? So I don't know if she was hung or not. Whether she just died of old age, ripe old age, probably. I have to need to look that up, really. But there was a whole coven of them. She was the main person. She was like the priestess, the high priestess. Like Andy is the high priest of this coven of 2. And I am the priestess of this coven of 2. But if you had 12 people, you'd have a high priest and a high priestess. But some just have like 13 women. Okay, what's that saying now?
Army.
Army?
Army.
Well, I have no idea why army's coming through. We're in the middle of a woods. It's not even like a training place or anything, is it? There's nobody coming. I've just checked. We were checking all the time because there were some walkers up with torches when we first started setting up here, and we don't want to freak like the hell out of them. We once scared the living daylights out of a man up Pendle Hill. Oh my God, I must tell you this story. Yeah, we were at Pendle Hill doing a ritual like this one. We just set everything up, and there was a homeless man sleeping in the long grass. And we had to pack up double quick and run off because we heard him moving about and waking up, and I said, if that man wakes up and sees us in witches' hats doing all this stuff up here, he's going to have a freaking heart attack. So we just jacked it in really quick and ran, and you should have seen us running down the side of Pendle Hill with witches' hats on, hell for leather. Then we didn't scare this man. Okay, so what's going on for you? Did you hear something then? Might have been an owl. Why do you feel uneasy? What, people or spirit? Or maybe the witches have come around. Meg, are you here with your group of witches? Andy and I are also witches. We're friends. We've not come to cause any trouble or disrespect you or anything like that. We've just come to do a ritual in your woods to maybe bring your energies forward, then we can all work together. So Andy's sprinkling the water around and the salt into a circle so that if he performs any ritual inside that circle, nothing harmful or dangerous can get in. It's alright, it's just animals making noises.
It's only me.
There's nobody around.
They used to come in bursts, that.
Really? Maybe they're sort of coming close, watching what you're doing and then backing off and then coming close again. You know, maybe they're not sure. Remember these women from 1700s? And they would have like wondered, if strangers were coming into their area, they'd be like wondering what's going on, who are these? They question it. That's owls. Yeah, that's birds. Come forward, Meg Shelton. Come forward, Filed Witches. Let us see you. Let us hear your voices. Play with the equipment. We've got some things set up here. If you walk close up, we can hear you speak and we can see your energies if you flicker the lights. Can you take the camera for a little bit?
Yeah.
I just want to give my arm a rest. I don't sound weird, but...
You want this torch then?
Yeah, yeah. What do you want that one? It's better for lighting that.
Yeah.
I should take the camera.
Let's see if it...
We've got, is that the dead cam you've got on there? Yeah. Alright, tell you what we'll try. We've got the EVP here, haven't we?
No.
Let's do a bit of that.
Abrupt.
What did that say?
Abrupt.
Abrupt.
This is just getting the...
Yeah, I've got it now, so...
You on? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just ask some...
Alright.
Yeah, it's on, look. Record.
Okay.
You see, because I filmed myself upside down last week at the Skirrid Inn, everybody thinks like I'm really numb.
I never thought that.
You know, I was hanging upside down from the rafters. This is what happens when you're in paranormal places. Okay, we're going to ask some questions now. Meg Shelton, are you here?
Anybody want to talk to us here?
Are any of the Filed Witches here? Just check the path and make sure nobody's coming down. Don't know if they're avoiding the path over. Are any of the Clifton family here? Please give us a message if you are.
There is a torch come.
There's a torch coming?
Yeah.
Right, let's switch everything off. Switch everything off. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Switch everything off.
Camera.
Everything. Switch it off.
Right, we're going to have to go. Somebody's coming. Okay. Catch you again.
Hi everybody. We're in St Annes on the beach and we're at the old pier. So we're going to do some EVP recordings, asking out, see if we can get any spirit people to come forward. And I'm going to try some coin divination with an old 2p coin. We'll use the heads for answer yes and tails for answer no. So we're just going to try a slightly different method of ghost investigation. So I'll do the coin first and we'll see if... do we have any spirit people present, please? When I drop this coin onto the sand, please give it a heads for yes or a tails for no. It's a tails for no. That means there's no spirit people. But how would they be able to say there's no spirit people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's ask another question then. Is this pier haunted? Heads for yes and tails for no. No. So who's answering these questions then? Probably my spirit guide, Lewis. Lewis? Oh, he is here anyway. I see him standing there. Is this you answering? If it's you, well, no, it's you anyway. Just let this coin drop onto heads, then you can just let me know that it is you answering the questions. Tails. So who is it then? Would it be a double tail coin?
It's not, is it?
I don't know why he's doing that. We're getting no. Are there any spirit people present, please? Did the EMF meter flash yet? No.
No, not yet.
Alright. There must be somebody connected to this old pier. I'm not having it for 1 minute that there is not one single person. Somebody who had a stall or a shop on this. Oh, that got thrown out of my hand then. It's there. Just see what it's pointing at. No. Head tails for no, so they didn't. Oh no, it's heads.
Heads.
Don't cover your sand. No, it's tails again. But they actually said no, they weren't a sales shop person, so let's just try one more thing before I give this up as a bad job.
You can only try.
Are you involved in the fishing trade? If you're a fisherman, if you're involved in the fishing trade, please toss this coin and let it land on heads.
Yes.
Heads. So fishing. When you look at it, it is a wooden pier. It's still got all these original brackets and things on it. And the new pier is further back, so I'm guessing that back in those days this would have been used for fishing purposes. So let's get the EVP recorder on now and see if we can find the last guy. Are there any spirit people here, please? Any fishermen? There's a few odd sounds going on in the background, guys, because we've got a lot of birds nesting in the grass further along the beach there. And there's a big firework display going off. That looks like South Point to me, that over there. But it's Remembrance Day, and it's also Diwali weekend, so possibly that's why we've got the fireworks. There's two firework displays, there's one there and one there. They're both coming from South Point.
So obviously because they're over
there.
there.
Back there as well. There's three. Yeah. Lots of fireworks going up. So it's either Diwali week, because it's Diwali all weekend, and I know my Indian friend at work, Vijay, she's celebrating Diwali with her family all weekend. She said there'll be a lot of fireworks. I suspect it's probably that.
Well, not only that, with them fireworks going off, they're kicking off all with all the wildlife.
That's
the birds and that.
The birds up in it.
That's all waking the birds up.
Alright, so let's just get back to this then. So just to be aware that there was some sounds in the background.
Yeah.
So if we've got any fishermen, could you please come forward and speak into this device, please, and we know that you're with us. What was the name of your boat? This old pier fall into disrepair. Can you tell us anything about this pier and the history of this pier? Alright, I'm going to stop it. There's a few odd sounds going on in the background, guys, because we've got a lot of birds nesting in the grass further along the beach there. And there's a big firework display going off. And that looks like South Point to me, that over there. But it's Remembrance Day, and it's also Diwali weekend, so possibly that's why we've got the fireworks. There's two firework displays, there's one there and one there. They're both coming from South Point.
Obviously, because
and there's one back there as well, there's three. Lots of fireworks going up, so it's either Diwali week, because it's Diwali all weekend, and I know my Indian friend at work, Vijay, she's celebrating Diwali with her family all weekend. She said there'll be a lot of fireworks, so I suspect it's probably that.
wildlife.
That's what's waking the birds up in it. Alright, so let's just get back to this then. So just to be aware that there was some sounds in the background. So, if we've got any fishermen, could you please come forward and speak into this device, please, and we know that you're with us. She even got like a heavy breathing. What was the name of your boat? And why did this old pier fall into disrepair? I can just hear like a heavy breathing, but I don't know anything about this pier or the history of this pier. Okay, so we didn't get anything there, just some heavy breathing, but that could have been one of us. Maybe it was one of us. So I think what we're going to do is, the sand dunes are right over there, and we do have a murder mystery story about those sand dunes going back to about 1936. Somebody was excavating some of the sand from the beach here, and an arm dropped out. So when they excavated the sand and they pulled the body out, it turned out to be a murder victim that was shot twice and buried in the sand dunes. So they found the body, but they never found out who committed the murder. So we're going to head towards the sand dunes, and Andy's going to conduct his investigation over there. So I'm going to pack the stuff up. Do you want to just film around the bay and that one?
Yeah, of course I can. I can have a look at that.
So could you just tell people where we are exactly?
Oh, just St Annes Pier. Yeah, St Annes Pier. This is part of what used to be the old pier. Better look, it's a bit darkish, but hey ho. Yeah. Looks as though the tide's been in today, because it's quite wet, this beach, which is very unusual because you don't normally get in. No, you can't see. Normally you can get a picture of the hotel, but you can't quite see it from here. I think it's just to go around the corner up there. It's quite a distance. Anyway, it's a good walk up there, a really good walk. But yeah, that's Southport in the distance where the fireworks are. And obviously there's a bird sanctuary on Southport, and there's one in the marshlands here. So obviously the fireworks are, the birds are kicking off because their peace has been disturbed, so they're not very happy about it, to be honest with you. The birds are kicking off.
Just give me that torch. You take this one.
Yeah.
And I'll take the camera.
Okay.
Just take that torch. And then you can put your rucksack on and go and head towards the sand dunes.
Yeah.
Just take your rucksack.
Sorry.
And then we'll head towards the sand dunes, and then we'll go and investigate the murder mystery of the body found in the sand dunes. And see if we get anything there. To be honest with you, I don't think we actually got anything at all. This old pier, it seems to be pretty flat. But you don't know, you've got to try, haven't you? Because you don't know until you...
I wonder if there's a spirit talker on.
Yeah, put spirit talker on, because if we get anything, we could stop and do some investigations there, can't we? So let's head, that's the rest, the lighting is really, really bad. Right, that's the pier, guys. Probably Andy's already filmed around it for you anyway. So we're going to head over there now towards the sand dunes, and this is where the body was found. The body was found in the 50s, about 20 years after the actual murder. So, but obviously they studied the skeleton, and they realised that it had been shot in two places and dumped in the sand dunes and sort of covered up. And it didn't come to light until they were removing some of the sand, and then apparently an arm dropped down, and they called the police, pulled it out and investigated it, and it was a gunshot wound. So, but they never found out who the person was, and they also never found out who committed the murder. So we're going to head over to the sand dunes with the spirit talker, and we've got the EVP recorder, and we're going to ask ourselves out the questions and see if we can get the people, either the victim or the murderer, to come forward and tell us what happened and, you know, what's going on.
Okay, is anybody walking along here with us at the moment? Any spirit dog walkers? Any spirit fishermen? Anybody? Anybody who was any connection to the old pier? Anybody? Quite often. Anybody who's out on Saturday night? Anybody who's in the spirit world? Who's out on a Saturday night on the beach? You could be sat in your deck chair. Could be in a place that you like.
They'd be a bit mad if they were.
Don't want to talk.
Don't want to talk? That sounds like somebody who's out here on their own then, isn't it? Just pacing around, strolling about.
But you have just spoke. You just said
Do you want to be left alone? Did you come out here for some quiet time, some peace on your own?
If you sat in your swimming costume or whatever, on your deck chair, it's a bit nippy.
It's very nippy for the deck chair. Last time we sat in deck chairs, we fell asleep for about 3 hours, and the hotel was looking for us.
Encounter? Was it a brief encounter? A brief encounter in the sand dunes?
Let's head over towards the sand dunes.
Tell you what, give us a clue. Whereabouts on the sand dunes do you want us to go to? Push.
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 Is this relating to this murder that happened on the beach?
And the body was found in the sand dunes. Or an arm.
It was actually gunshots, so we need to arrive at gunshots at some point.
Gunshot, was it? Well, what happened?
Man, it said push, right? The pier's there. What if someone was pushed off the end of that pier? You know, like maybe that's why this person doesn't want to talk. You know, perhaps if something happened, an argument or something, and someone pushed.
Somebody pushed somebody over.
Yeah. See, sometimes you just got to piece it together yourself, haven't you, from the bits and bats of information that you get.
Disrespect, yeah, anything like that. We just want to know. To talk to you. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. We want to know your story.
Just want to know.
And then if there's any discrepancies, we can put it right for you. Get it out there that that wasn't the real story. This is the real story.
Is there a reason why you're still here? Why are you still in this area?
Abandoned.
Abandoned.
That was
The pier was abandoned.
The old pier was abandoned.
Are you talking about the pier?
You're talking about the old pier. 'Cause, I mean, I dare say there was a bit more of the abandoned bit.
Well, the abandoned pier is there, and it would have run all the way across. This is the new pier, yeah.
There must probably, that's all that's left of it, really. You know, you think about it, the other bit.
Yeah, it must have run to the front there. So perhaps.
You know, did you work on the old part of the pier? The bit that's not here anymore. No, was something happened while you were on that pier? It's okay, you can talk to us. You know, whatever happened.
I was going to film around in the dark and see if we get any orbs come forward. Would you like to walk forwards now? And
Want to talk?
I've had that twice now, I don't want to talk. So somebody here is very solitary and just doesn't want to communicate at all.
I mean, okay. Are you unable to move on? Because you can talk, you know. There's only the two of us here.
Sounds like someone really sad with grief or something, doesn't it?
If you don't feel as though you want to tell us your name, just maybe we can help you.
We've had that twice.
We can help you in some way or another.
Why don't you want to talk? What's the problem?
What? No, I'm not being nosy or anything like that. But if you're in distress, sometimes
It's good to talk about it.
you need to get through these things, or else it's going to cause a lot of misery in your life.
There's a torch over there. Someone else is on the beach. Dog walkers. Alright, let's head on over to the sand dunes then and see if...
We're both... Person does mental health. We both think knife.
Oh, could this be connected to this murder?
Is this...
Maybe it was a knife.
Is that why you don't want to talk about it?
The rumour was it was gunshot, but perhaps what if it was a stabbing? Tell us a bit more about this murder, please. Come forward and talk about it with us, and then we can piece together what happened that night.
Are you the person... Are you the victim? Or...
Or are you the perpetrator, the killer?
No. Because whoever you are, nothing's going to happen to you. The police aren't going to do anything.
It's 2023 now. We've moved on. It's nearly 100 years.
Fair enough, you don't. If you tell us your first name, we're never going to find you. We're never going to connect you to your family or anything like that. Just tell us your first name.
Are you the victim or are you the killer? Please confirm that for us first. Okay, let's get close to the sand dunes and see if it might bring it forward a bit stronger, might it, if we get more to the location. And these sand dunes go on for a good mile, so we don't actually...
Predict. I'm not sure what you mean by predict.
Did you know this murder was going to take place?
Yes.
Or did somebody know this murder was going to take place?
Was it?
Disagree.
So you didn't know this murder was going to take place?
So was it a spur of the moment thing? It wasn't intended, it just happened.
Was it a fight?
If you're the perpetrator, do you agree?
Did you hear a sigh? I'm sure I heard like a... If we've got that, it'll have picked up on camera anyway.
Well,
did you hear it? I heard like a...
Yeah.
Right behind us.
No.
There's nothing anywhere. We're just... What did it say?
I'm in my 40s.
Okay.
You're in your 40s?
What's your name, please?
What? When did you pass? When did you die? 40's not very old.
Watch yourself here.
Really? So it did take place here then? Okay, well...
So did it take place where we at? I know it's cold.
Why are you saying to watch yourself? Is a spirit going to come forward that's not good?
I've just done an icy breeze on my legs.
Icy?
My legs have gone. You know what?
Well, I felt a deep sigh back there.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Maybe we've got the killer here then.
Are we in the area?
Chair.
Chair. Well, there might have been a chair then, but there isn't now. It's just beach now, and that's the pier, guys, the new pier. Let's head over towards the sand dunes and see. There could be a chair sat over there, you know, just dumped or something. Tell us some more, please, of what happened that night when somebody got stabbed. We thought it was a shooting, but obviously the story got wrong, mixed up over the years. It could have been a stabbing, actually. To be fair, I read it out of a murder mystery book, and it's a while back since I read it, so...
Lie.
It was a lie.
So it was a lie. So it was a stabbing and not a shooting.
So it was a lie.
Because I'm sure the book said 2 gunshot wounds. So if it was the 2 stab wounds, maybe.
It was a lie. Was
So
it
they-
a lie? So at the end of it all, are you trying to tell us that actually the victim deserved it? Is that what you're trying to say? That although it wasn't premeditated, the victim deserved it?
I'm just looking around because I'm hearing noises back there, but it might be the fireworks still.
You were only putting out your own justice. Is that what you're trying to say? Because, you know, sometimes people do that, and sometimes, although I don't agree with taking somebody's life, pull.
We've had push and we've had pull. Let's head over to the sand dunes and see if we can get this a little stronger. So tell us what happened that night. Walk us through it. Pretend we're the police and we're investigating it and going over the crime again. What were you doing down here on the beach? How did you come to be here in the first place?
I mean, if it wasn't meant to happen, the victim had done something that was wrong, meted out your own justice, then you need to tell your story.
Yeah, we need the story needs to come out.
Tell your story because people will be thinking he was the victim and you were the murderer, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. You know, I don't agree with people murdering people, but sometimes you can.
But it's like them crimes of passion and stuff, innit? Where people are driven to it, although they wouldn't normally do it.
Sometimes you can understand the reasons why somebody goes to that far.
Yes, people can be driven to it.
Understand somebody
people
over that edge.
I mean, most people can control their anger and their rage, yeah, because I used to do the anger management thing.
Yeah.
But everybody can get pushed over the edge where they have uncontrollable rage, and that's when they're likely to lash out and something will happen.
There are certain things that you would probably do it for.
I love this.
What? You love because we're investigating it?
I love this.
Come and investigate it with us. Come and help us.
But certain things people do that you would go over that limit.
Anybody can get pushed over the limit. Anybody.
It's easy to say no, I wouldn't, but certain things happen. You probably can't.
You know, most people are mentally strong and you know right from wrong, but everybody can get pushed to that limit where they can just go over the edge and then commit that murder, you know, that crime.
So has nobody ever talked to you like this before? You've never had this conversation? Well, I dare say you haven't, because I dare say nobody. Court?
Court?
Did you end up going to court over this? So did you get caught? Court as in...
Court. Crown Court.
Crown Court, not court as in... Yeah. So did you end up going to court over it?
I think this is the killer, this,
so
the
if you ended up
perpetrator.
going to court over this, then you can tell us the name because you can quite easily look it up.
Did you get jailed or were you? Did you get the death sentence?
You're in your 40s. Or did somebody? Or after they committed that crime, maybe it was a shooting, and maybe the person who did the shooting was actually knifed.
Maybe.
Because of it. Was it?
They did think it was some sort of gang-related thing that had gone on here. But with St Annes being such a quiet upmarket place, they wondered why it took part down this end. But if they'd have come from some other part to this beach to do a deal or something and it went wrong, and they suspected it was a gang thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they suspected that.
Well, we had this sort of similar...
Eastbourne.
We had this similar thing. It's like...
Yeah.
Piers, sort of 50s and 60s.
There was a lot of stuff going on. Gangs,
people
things.
Being attacked, you know, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there was a lot of knife crime about, weren't there? Because there was a lot of gangs and...
Yeah.
You know, you got the book Brighton Rock by Graham Greene and all that, and the film Quadrophenia. It really just shows you what it was like.
Help me. How can we help
I
you?
heard some... I'm sure I heard feet then. Did you not hear feet there then? Did that say help me?
Help me.
Because someone was running then. I'm sure I heard feet just there. No one's got a dog round here. There's nobody out here but us. There's nobody.
Nobody anywhere.
I'm just heard feet go. Just right there. I swear to God. I'm hoping this camera's picked it up. It normally does pick up sound really good, doesn't it?
It wasn't me, because
It was feet.
I'm just walking like that.
It was feet and then you got help me. So perhaps that's the victim. Coming forward now. Were you the victim of this crime? Were you the one that was buried in the sand dunes?
Tell us if we're going in the right direction. Are we going in the right direction?
Well, we're heading towards the sand dunes. Did you want to do some EVPs?
Yeah.
So if you just grab it out of my bag there and then maybe now's the time for us to pick up some definite messages. Because the sand dunes run like where all the lights are now, guys. They run all the way down there towards Blackpool, so we don't actually know which part of the sand dunes the body was at, but... Over. Yeah, it is all over now, because now we're in 2023, but you know, that the spirit of what's gone on can still remain. So we're going to run some EVPs now and see if we can get the spirit to actually speak and hear their voice. Because I've got a feeling we've got, like, the killer has been saying I want to be left alone, and knife and things like that, and I've got a feeling that the feet we just heard, and I swear to God I just heard feet behind me then. I thought it was a dog running up, and then we got help me. So if we run the EVPs now and we'll see, we'll have a look what we get.
Night.
Night as in night time?
Okay. Holding something in my hand now. If you talk into that red light, we'll be able to hear you. Any kind of noise you like. Say your name. Breathe into this. Anything you can say. Any kind of sound, we'll pick it up. Say your name.
I'm only 8.
I'm only 8. Maybe there's a child just come up on the beach.
Okay. Holding something in my hand now. Talking to that red light, we'll be able to hear you. Any kind of noise you like. Say your name. Breathe into this. Anything you can say. Any kind of sound. Pick it up. Say your name.
I heard something though, did you? I don't know whether they were trying to speak or...
Anything you can say. Any kind of sound. We'll pick it up. Say your name.
Elsewhere.
That's something, isn't it? That's
Well,
what I
it
heard
wasn't
back
me.
there. Do you know when I said I heard a sniff?
But it wasn't me.
No, well I heard a sniff right over there before, because that, do you know, remember when we walked away from the old pier, I said I heard someone sniff then. Perhaps that was one of his mannerisms, to go sniff like that. You know, you get some menacing people in films that like don't actually speak but will kind of like sniff in a menacing way. That's kind of like what I think that's what that is. Did you hear about? What did you hear then? Was that on there? I heard a woman's voice just then. Was that on there? There's nobody around, I've checked. There would be a torch anyway, it's too dark to come out without one. I definitely heard a woman then. I thought it was on there.
I heard somebody.
Just run that back and check it isn't on there. I definitely heard a woman's voice.
I did.
From like the... But there's no one there. If it was anyone, they'd have said something, they shouted over by now, because you know people are always interested if we're doing this stuff.
Was it your feet that we heard? Were you killed here?
We.
Were you murdered on the beach or in the sand dunes? Was your body buried in the dunes? Was it your feet that we heard? Did you breathe behind Alison?
There's some bottles in the skip.
I'm only 8.
That sounds like a kid. Definitely heard a woman though, but it's not picked up on there. But I heard right here a woman say something with our ears. I'm hoping the cameras picked that up. Maybe we've picked it up. Well, definitely was a woman speaking, but there's look, the beach is empty, guys. It's just us. You can hear dogs barking back there. There are some people way down there probably walking, but
I heard it.
it was right here. I heard a woman and I looked round to see was she shouting to us.
Say your name.
I think this beach is definitely haunted.
Please move forward.
Anything you can
Please
say.
move forward.
Any kind of sound.
Okay, she's talking about the sand dunes then. That's where we're headed. So let's go towards the sand dunes. That's obviously what she wants. Maybe that's the same. See, the thing is with that, because it's a woman's voice recording, we don't know if it's male or female that's speaking to us. You automatically think it's a woman because you're hearing a female voice, but it could be a man. It's just the recorded voice is female, isn't it?
But
do you know what I mean?
I stopped the recording. I stopped listening to that because I heard.
But I heard a woman there speak,
I heard.
clear as day.
Yeah.
So when we play it back later on, when we loaded it up and played it back, and that goes for you two guys.
Yeah.
See if you can hear that at this. About 25 minutes into the film footage.
It wasn't this.
If you can all have a look and listen.
It sounded as though it was like
just a few feet away. That's what it sounded like to me.
That's why I stopped, because
I thought somebody had walked up and they was talking.
That's why I stopped playing that, because I thought, oh, somebody could come up.
So we need to review the footage when we load it up onto YouTube later. So, and you guys too as well. When you're watching it, see if you can hear that woman's voice. We'll see if we've picked it up, because that would be just amazing if we have. Because look, it's pitch black and there's nobody at all, and that's the pier, the new one. Well, newish. It's about 100 years, but it's new compared to the other one.
There's bad here.
What does that say? There's bad here.
There's bad here.
Yeah, so this murder's definitely happened around this part then, on it. No, that's birds. That's birds. But that was nothing like what we heard.
No, that wasn't.
That was a woman speaking.
It was a woman. We both heard it.
We definitely heard something.
I heard it. That's why.
Well, we both looked round at the same time, didn't we?
Because I know the difference between this speaking.
It was a woman speaking.
That's why I stopped.
We both looked.
I stopped the sound.
Yeah.
Because I went like that.
So it's as if
there was somebody coming up.
That's what I thought.
And then when I looked, I thought. And you said it at the same time, so.
Yeah, we did. We both looked at the same time. So when we review it back, let's just see if that voice has come up on camera. Because if we have, that's paranormal, guys. There is literally nobody here but us.
There's nobody.
That'll be the first time I've ever heard a ghostly voice with my ears.
We both heard it.
ever, because
We both heard it because we both stopped.
yeah, but in the past I've always heard ghost voices either on EVP or on camera. I've never heard a ghost voice with my ears before. That's the first. That'll be a first. That'll be a first.
Somebody who's had a few.
They wouldn't come out here if they've had a few. Look at it. It's a swamp. It's pitch dark. Why would they come out here?
It's cold, isn't it?
We would have heard them anyway. It would have been staggering and singing and all that if they've had a few. They wouldn't have just walked out on the beach and said blah 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 and walked back off again. That was a definite.
It was guilty. But it wasn't over here.
It's right over there. We walked way out to that pier and show us an orb on the camera if you'd hear. There's your chance to show up. Maybe it's the same person who's giving us these messages, you know, who came through then. Who we heard on the beach then. That was clear as anything, that was. But I honestly thought there was a real person just walked up to us.
Hear the footsteps.
Hear the footsteps.
Yeah, we did hear footsteps.
We did.
Do you not remember before I said I heard footsteps? What if that woman is attached to those what if it was her footsteps and then her voice? What if it was the same person running up to say whatever she said? I didn't catch what she said, but she said something. That'll be interesting to look back later on it to see what did she say? What did she actually say? It was clear as day that, and there's nobody. Look, it's pitch black. There's not a torch in sight. There's no one. No one. There was a dog walker before, and he's gone now. He had a torch. So these are sand dunes anyway. So, what happened? Can you tell us a little bit more about what the events took place that night?
What happened? Was he murdered by a man? A woman?
Well, it was a man's body they found.
Could have been a woman.
Yeah, you never know. It could.
Gravestone.
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 He was buried here, wasn't he?
Well, he was buried here, yeah, somewhere in the sand dunes. Perhaps they. Well, it could be anywhere. It goes all the way down, doesn't it? Right the way to the bottom. But we're in the region. It's the right area for it. So we probably won't find the exact spot because there is no marker for it. But we know it was these sand dunes, definitely. And who knows? It could be the ones that are right by the pier for all we know. It's all making sense. The messages we're getting through that.
Yeah.
It's related to what we're asking, isn't it? Which is good. But have you noticed whenever you use Spirit Talker, wherever we are, the answers are related to the place where we are. When we did the graveyard the other week at Halloween, it was all names. Now we haven't had any names, but we've had like different things related to a crime.
No, I've not had one.
When we're in graveyards, we seem to get names, as though they're coming forward to try and point out where they're buried. But here, it's totally wherever we go, it's related.
Car.
Well, maybe there was a car involved. Perhaps they brought the body in a car and then dumped it in the sand dunes.
Maybe he wasn't murdered here. Maybe he was murdered somebody else and it was dumped here.
Yeah, maybe.
Easy way. Maybe he was murdered in, say, Liverpool.
Could have been murdered anywhere. Not that far, is it, from Liverpool?
But yeah, last night we never had any names.
No, we didn't. We got Isaac. That's the only name we got.
Isaac, yeah.
But that was anyway. That was a different investigation. We'll leave that separate.
I've not had one name tonight, but things have been quite connected.
Yeah, they have related to what we're asking. Definitely.
Yeah.
Have you got any other final messages for us, please, before we go? Because we're only going to be here for another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I'm Alison, this is Andy. And we'd love to hear, the rest of your story, if there are any bits that you've left out. Like, how did you come to be in a fight in the first place? What happened?
A fight over a woman.
Maybe. Yeah, it could have been actually.
No.
Could have been actually, yeah. She's running up.
Of the lady that shouted
because, don't forget, out there we got, it's not safe here. Feet, and it's not safe. It's like a woman's trying to warn us off.
Talk about it.
The area.
Maybe she doesn't want to talk about it because it's too distressing.
Maybe, and maybe she's trying to keep us away from the sand dunes because it's a dangerous place to be, or it was when this was taking place anyway.
Yes, sir.
Really? So that means we've got that right then if she's saying yes, yes sir.
Yes, sir. So did you see what happened? Was that a fight over you? Yeah.
Must have been. She was involved in it somehow.
Yeah.
We don't really know the whole story. I mean, perhaps she was married to one of them and having an affair or something.
Yeah.
You know, and he got after the guy she was with. You don't know, do you?
Or maybe things had... Yeah. And that's, maybe she was searching stuff.
But I get the feeling now that out on the beach the woman was running up to us to warn us that it was dangerous here, and that's the voice we heard.
And maybe she was asking for help.
She could have been, yeah.
Because it
could have been, yeah.
did say at one point, help me.
Yeah, yeah, it did, didn't it?
Maybe she was shouting for help, that somebody...
Yeah, maybe.
That something had happened.
Yeah, maybe. That's interesting, that, because at least we know now that definitely there's... Well, it's haunted for sure, because... I mean, we heard the feet. We heard... It sounded like a man sniffing very deeply, didn't it, twice? And then we got it on the... And we got it by our ears.
Yeah,
So what if he was the killer? Because he was saying...
Follow us left.
Follow us left? Left? Well, this is left to the pier. Pier? Maybe it took place under the pier, all this.
Will you tell us when we get there?
Did it happen under the pier? Let's go under the pier and see.
Will you tell us when we get there?
Because think about it, if people are going to be meeting, they're probably going to meet under a pier because it's a significant location, isn't it? You say, I'll meet you under the pier Saturday night and we'll sort out, you know, whatever it is they're doing, and perhaps they met under the pier and then this murder took place. We need to follow this up further, guys. Our battery's going to go pretty soon, so we hope you enjoyed as what we got tonight, because I think we've got quite a bit actually. Alright, the old Fisherman's Pier, there was nothing going on there, but it's nice to film that anyway because it is old. But this beach is haunted. The rest of it, we heard that sniff, we heard feet running, and we 100% heard that woman's voice. So when you watch it back, guys, you watch it as well and listen out and see if you pick anything up that we might have missed.
But we're going left to
we're
see
going
where it takes us.
Under the pier, and if we do get anything, we'll let you know.